nationwide. This according to the FBI, which says more than 7,000 hate crimes were reported in 2017. That is up from about 6,000 the year before. This new report had us thinking, how many hate crimes have been reported here in Tennessee? A TBI report from April gave us the answer. 10 News reporter Shannon Smith breaks down the numbers for us.
Robin, the TBI reported 133 hate crimes with an unknown or undetermined bias were reported statewide last year. The highest, 49 in Carter County, that's in the Tri-Cities area. The second highest here near us, 12 in Monroe County. So we went to the sheriff for some answers.
A hate crime is defined as a crime motivated by racial, sexual, or other prejudice, typically one involving violence.
Language that you shouldn't be using associated with violence. Then that's when you cross the line and you have a hate crime.
More hate crimes, mostly racially based, have been reported nationwide according to the FBI, and the TBI reports the same trend.
I feel like a lot of victims too now feel like they can come forth, they can make a report, they know they'll be taken care of, it will be investigated.
In Tennessee, 199 hate crimes with a known bias and 133 with an unknown bias were reported in 2017. Out of the 133, 12 were in Monroe County, to the surprise of Sheriff Tommy Jones.
How in the world did they ever even get this listed as a hate crime?
Jones explains if there are any signs of crimes being a possible hate crime, it's put in the initial report.
As the detectives get involved and they investigate the case, then they find out that it's truly not a hate crime.
That was the case with each of the 12 cases reported to the TBI, but the sheriff's office didn't update the reports until today.
The detectives divisions, they're going to have focus on clearing the cases.
Sheriff Jones says they take all reports seriously and will be more diligent with updating once they're done investigating. He's glad those crimes were not hate crimes after all.
We're all created the same, no matter what our background is, where we come from, where we're going to. We're all created the same.
Sheriff Jones says education is key when it comes to preventing any hate crimes from happening, and if an offense is categorized as a hate crime, that punishment is increased. Robin?
All right, Shannon, thank you. Well, the state is extending the deadline for David Earl